Hey everybody, welcome back to Fairy Floss. My name's Faye and this is my channel all about cross stitching and sometimes some other crafting as well. If you've been here before, then welcome back. It's good to see you again. And if you are new to my channel, then it's lovely to have you. I hope you enjoy your stay here with me today. So, um, today's video might be a little bit short, I'm not sure, because I have got finishes, although because they were gifts, they've been posted out. So I'll be showing you pictures. I'll talk about it in a minute. So I've got a couple of finishes, kind of, a couple of whips, not too much progress gone on there. A little bit of haul this week, and what I'm going to do is do part two of the Confessions of a Cross Stitcher tag as well, because I thought that'd be quite fun as well. So, without further ado, so firstly, I had signed up for the Facebook groups. What was it? A needle holder, I think. The July needle holder exchange. So you get paired up on the if you've never done an exchange before, you get paired up by the leader of the group and you have to send a gift to that person and they send one back to you. So you had to stitch something to keep needles in. So actually there with so this is a needle book that I got when I was about 11 years old from my primary school fair. So I've had this for a very long time. So inside, it's scruffy now, is where I keep all my needles, or some of my needles anyway. Some are a bit more organised. This is just a bit of a mishmash of like leftover kit needles and things. So that is what I based my design on. Just a little simple book made out of Ada and felt, just to keep one's just gone on the floor, just to keep some needles in. So um, I emailed the girl who I was exchanging with a couple of times, and she told me she liked cats. So I designed a needle book with the design of a cat on the front for her. I found the chart in a book I've got of all different pets, and then I rearranged it to match colours I had already in my stash and to fit it into a little needle book shape. And what I'm going to do now is pop in a picture of what it looked like. So that should be here. Okay, so it was really fun to do actually. It's nice to make something that's not either a card or not a framed picture. It's nice to actually make something that will be of use. So, and it was quite easy to make as well. So, I mean, silly me, I left it to the last week really. Put the pressure on myself to get it done, which is why I've not done loads of stitching on my whips this week because I've been making lots of gifts. But I really enjoyed making it, so I might actually do a few as presents for later on in the year and stuff as well because yeah, it was really nice. So I hope she likes it. I sent it on Friday, so she should be getting it in the next couple of days, and I should be getting hers. So hopefully next week, if it comes, I should be able to show you her needle keep that she made for me. So that was my first gift that I posted out, and also I think I've moved it. Oh, never mind. You might remember last week I showed you a card that I'd received off my pen pal over in America in Hot Springs, and she sent me the theme for that. That's another Facebook group, International Pen Pals. The July theme was picnics, and she sent me a little butterfly on a little gingham flower, which was really cute. I really struggled. I don't know how. I was really surprised actually, but I really struggled to find a decent picnic pattern. So after a lot of scouring through magazines and sitting on Readly for about 5 hours one night, just looking and looking and looking and going, why can I only see pots of jam? Because really, that's not a picnic. Eventually, I decided to choose a little ice cream van pattern, and I switched it up a bit. It was a little man with a little moustache, but I changed it into a little lady with some fluffy hair. I've got no idea what my pen pal looks like. Even though we have messaged each other on Facebook, she's got an avatar. So right now she's a cat. So I, so that's quite cool. I've got no idea what she looks like. I just know her name and I know a little bit about her, and it'd be good to not Facebook her, so we actually get to know each other as well, in a traditional way rather than just being all WhatsAppy and sending messages all the time. So I made a little ice cream van and turned it into a card to send over to her, and this is what it looked like. I'm going to show you this now. So there we go. I enjoyed doing that. Of course, I have got a little bit of a addiction to washi tape as well. So having pen pals is good for me because it means that I get to make lots of really nice cards and use up all my different washi tapes that I have as well. So yeah, that was great. Excuse me, I've got hiccups for some reason. Um, so yeah, they are my two finishes this week, which I was going to do a video, and then I just got swept away with so many other things on Friday that before I knew it, I had to get down to the post office and join the queue and get them sent out because one was going to America, and it has to be there by the end of July as well, or I could get thrown out of the group. So I just had to get on with it all. So next time I will try and do mini videos to show you rather than just chucking pictures and send them off. So there we go. Apologies for that. But yeah, they're my two finishes. That's my gifts that are going out. And let's move on to the whips that I've been doing today, this week. So I've not had a great deal of time for the whips because I've been making a lot of the two presents, even though they're small. They still took a lot of time to kit up and find colours and change about and whatnot. Also, one of my best friends has been down this week, and so I spent a lot of time with him and his family. And on Wednesday, it was going off cross stitch topic, but on Wednesday we got to go to Leon Sea in the car, which was so nice to be out of London. I've not left the borough since lockdown, apart from getting the bus down to work and back, which is about 5 miles away. So yeah, I've not gone above probably about a 5 or 6 mile radius of where I live. So to jump in a car and go and see the sea was just absolutely wonderful, really, really good. So yeah, I have had a lot of other things on this week. Been to a little concert in Highgate Woods as well. That was really nice, and been out on lots of walks. Today we went for a big walk along. There's an old railway line. There's no trains on it or nothing. It's safe, and we did a big walk along there. Found a little farmer's market at the end, and then it absolutely poured down. So I only had a t-shirt on, got absolutely saturated. Ended up running into a shop, having to dry out. Um, yeah, British weather. One minute it's super sunny, next minute it's absolutely pouring down. So, back to the whips. Um, Excuse my little pause there. I had to just have a little sneeze. I think it's the getting absolutely soaked wet through that's done it to me. So the whips. As you may know, I am running a a stitch along of the gorgeous Bofi Threads Brontes design, and alongside doing the stitching, we're also reading the books as well. So right now we're on Wuthering Heights. Um, it is the end of the month on Friday, I do believe. So I have about 5 days to get this finished, and so far I've completed Nelly, and I am just on. I always forget what it's called. Mr. Lockwood. I would say Rochester. Whenever I think of Brontes, I just believe that everybody is called Mr. Rochester. That is not true. This is Mr. Lockwood at his desk. That is Mr. Lockwood's legs at his desk. So I've got him, I've got Emily, I've got Dog, I've got Catherine to do, and then that's the whole of Wuthering Heights done. So yeah, I've got a lot. I've got a lot to do on that, but it does stitch up quite quickly. And it's the back stitch that takes all the intricate time afterwards. So I'm going to keep going on that. But you see, all I've been doing this week when I've not been doing my gifts for people is the gorgeous beach dance by Lindy Stitches. So as you can see, I have done a fair bit of this. I think when you saw it last week, it was about, I should do pictures, I know, but I didn't. It was about that much, and now he's got a friend. I need to name them, and the only thing I need to do now is stitch the border. So that is a big green border all the way around, and then this really cool little black and white checkered pattern that will go all the way around above the green border as well. So I am hoping that I will be able to get that done today or tomorrow, and then I can't put it down. I need to finish it because I know that I'll never move on to anything else until I finish this, and it's so close now anyway. It practically is a finish. I need to get this done, and then I will crack on with the cell and everything else that I keep promising to do. But I just love it. I've just had so much fun stitching them. The threads are a mixture of DMCs and Weeks Dye Works, and there is one Colourworks as well in there somewhere. And this colour down here, which makes the let me show you, which makes the sand, is like really discreetly vary. That's not the right word. Really subtly, that's the word. Subtly variegated. So there's just lots of different like golden brown colours going on down there. And so yeah, it's looking really, really nice. And I'm gonna get it back out again after I've done this video and try and get the border done by today or tomorrow. So you might see a finish or an FFO popping up on my Instagram at some point this week. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, my name on Instagram is Yaffymac, YAFFYMAC. The reason I'm not Fairy Floss, in case you're wondering, is just because on my earlier videos I had a gift for a friend who follows me on Instagram, and if she cottons on, if she realises, dad joke, that I've got a YouTube as well, then she might watch my YouTube and see her gift before I get to give it to her. And obviously because we've been in lockdown, I'm not, and she lives about 200 miles away, like I'm not quite sure when I'm going to see her yet, so it's going to take a while before I can get that to her. So yeah, that's the reason I've not yet got a Fairy Floss Instagram account, but that will happen as soon as it can. So um let's move on to haul. I've talked a little bit more than what I thought so far. You know, that's good. So, last week it hadn't arrived, and now it has, which is exciting. This lovely lady on Facebook was selling off so many charts, and when I was going down the charts, thinking, "Oh, this could actually be my stash." Like, she has so many nice things. So, I went down and I treated myself to quite a few of them because they're just really nice. So, firstly, I bought two Prairie Schooler Santas off her. So that's 1997 Santa, and that's 1998 Santa. I love that one. I think it's so cute with the little Noah's Ark and the doves as well. So they're absolutely lovely. They will. I might actually do them for this year because I'm thinking they won't take too long and they're really sweet as well. So I got those. I got as well my first Just Nan design. I keep seeing a lot about Just Nan and people stitching Just Nans, and I've never really known what they're like. But I spotted this one on her stash, and oh, it's a really teeny tiny picture. Let me hold it right up. And it's called Be Merry, and it's a sampler with lots of different rows to do, lots of different bands all the way down. And when you look at the instructions, it's not just cross stitch. There are some Algerian eyelets, there are herringbone stitches. So it's going to be really nice actually. It's going to teach me some new things along the way as well, hopefully. So that's my second. Um, and she was selling these so cheap as well. It was amazing. Okay, so this one is absolutely gorgeous. The Crossed Wing Collection, Things That Go Hoots in the Night. So as you know, I'm an avid bird lover, and this is two different owls. So we've got a long-eared owl, I think we are looking at. I'm not sure. Let me just check. Like telling lies. It does not say. It's a beautiful owl though. But then we've got this little barn owl, and that is the one I'm going to stitch. I think I'll probably do both at some point in my life, but that little barn owl is my opportunity of trying something out on black because he's absolutely beautiful. I really like him. So, which leads me to my final thing from this lady's haul. I told you I've got a lot, and I've got one more thing coming next week because after I'd ordered it all, she popped some more stuff up as well. Um, I also bought. Here's me saying, "Oh, I'm not going to get another Mirabilia till I've like tried the first one," but she was selling Miss Christmas Eve. Let me hold it closer. And she was selling her for about £7.50. So I just couldn't say no, to be honest. And she is gorgeous, and she's something that I will do. She is absolutely not this year, I don't think, but yeah, she was lovely. So yeah, I got a fair few bargains from that lady. And then also because I have been enjoying my Lindy Stitches um, beach dance so much, I decided to treat myself to my second Lindy Stitches chart, which is this one, um, Stars Bright, and it's a Hemingway quote, and I just think the colours are absolutely beautiful on it. It just really shines, and yeah, I saw it, I really want that. I'm gonna get that. So I'll keep that up for later on in the year, I think. And the other online purchase I did was my first one from Owl Forest Embroidery, and again, see the bird theme, the kingfishers. And I've had my eye on this for quite some time, and my plan is to go out and go to the bead company shop in Kentish Town and actually select the silks for it because I just want things that really shine. Kingfishers are so, if you've seen a kingfisher, like even if you see them for a split second, they just shine and glimmer as they speed down through the riverbank, and they're the most beautiful thing. Whether you get to have a full-on moment with them, or if you just get to see that tail go, like they are the most beautiful thing, and that's what I want to recreate with this. Really, to have something on my wall that just glimmers, like just has that shine. So even if I'm just passing by, I get to see the kingfishers shine because I adore them. They're just beautiful birds. Right, and last bit of haul. Now this is really exciting. So, you may remember a few videos back, I treated myself to my first Mirabilia, which is the October Opal Fairy. There she is. And look, my birthday is October, so I have an opal fairy, and so that's why I really wanted to stitch her. And finally, I'm so excited. So excited that my Sparklies fabric has arrived. So I ordered Slightly Stormy on 32 count even weave, and let's hold it up to show. here it is. I'm going to have to press that before I use it, but you can just see the changes in the colour on it. Um, and yeah, so um, I've got all the beads ready. I need to get a project bag for it actually, so I can keep everything together. Hold that up, and yeah, I should have a start on Open Fairy sometime this week, hopefully, which I will share with you. And also from Spark, I can't just buy one thing. Um, I bought some. I won't say them out because they're just nicely in there. Different threads from her as well. So I bought this one is Before the Storm. This is Indigo Bunting, and this one I absolutely love is Spring Bloom. So I love my variegated threads. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with them all, but I'm going to keep getting them and find something to do with them eventually. So that is all my haul. So yeah, there's a fair bit to show you. There's going to be a lot next week, I can tell you, because it was payday on Friday, and I got a bit ruthless, if I'm honest. So, um, what can I show you now? So let's move on to the tag. So this is part two of the Confessions of a Cross Stitch tag, and this is the Moments of Truth section. So starts at question 14. So if you make a mistake, do you have to frog it out? It depends how big a mistake it is. I like to be delicate. I like to unpick as much as I can without completely destroying. If I can save something by unpicking, then I will do. I never heard of frog until this year. I'm a bit more of a dainty picker. Like that's how I used to do it growing up, and that's how I do it now. So that depends. Question 15. Have you ever shown your work? If not, would you like to one day? Um, Can you show cross stitch in the UK? Can you? I guess like maybe there's like country fairs and stuff you can show what you've done. But I'm sure it has to be your own design though, or it would be I've got no idea. Anyway, question 16, who do you stitch for? Anyone. I've just sent one to a pen pal that I've just found, made friends with, sorry, not found. I've stitched for me, I stitch for the house, I stitch for gifts, for family, for friends. Question 17. If you if you stitch gifts, are they delivered on time or are they fashionably late? Um, if it's a card, it will be on time. Um, if it is like my wedding sampler that I've done for my friend, she got married in December. I finished it about April or May, but that was because I had a lot of other things to do, and lockdown gave me the opportunity to finish it. So depends. Question 18: where's the strangest place you've ever stitched? Um, quite a few years ago, I used to be a supply teacher, and I used to find that when I sat in the staff room, nobody would talk to me. Like they've all got the cliques, nobody wants the outsider coming in there. So I just used to get my stitching out, and it just made people stare at me even more and think, "Who's this weird girl in the corner that's just stitching?" And sometimes it provoked a bit of conversation as well, occasionally. It just depended in the school you worked at and how nice the people were there. So, um, nowhere really weird. Maybe I should have an ambition. Oh, question 19. Is there any place on earth where you would really like to stitch? On the Sunshine Stitches cruise around Florida. That looks amazing. It might be something I never get to do until I quit working in schools and only have school holidays. But yeah, I'd love to stitch on a cruise. That'd be amazing. Um, question 20. If you could only stitch on one project monogamously for a year, what would it be? Probably a chatelaine because there'd be enough variation there to make you want to keep going. I mean, a year is a long time. Like, it'd have to be a big project. So yeah, let's go for a chatelaine. Question 21. What is the most amount of whips you've had at once? I think I got up to 8 this week because I had those two gifts to make as well. Um, uh, Yeah, usually 6 or 7. I don't like going higher than that. It makes me quite uncomfortable. How old is your oldest question 22. How old is your oldest active whip? I've got the stuff I've got at this house because I'm not quite sure what I've got at my mum and dad's house. Um, I've got a baby sampler that I was meant to do for my friend's daughter, and she turns 8 this year, and I never did it. So that's probably the oldest one I've got with me. Um, 23. Honestly, tell us about your stash. How many charts and kits do you have? I've got a lot of magazines, bare magazines. I don't know if they count as charts. But thing kits, I reckon I've got about 12 maybe, and 12 to 15, let's go for. And charts, I reckon I've got 20 plus. So it's probably not the worst. I've seen bigger stashes. Question 24. Truth. Which designers do you just not get? Um, I'm not really into all the cutesy stuff. Um, like all the Tatty Teddy or the bunny things. That's not really me at all. I don't know. But I get why people do get it, but I just don't. Um, 25. Which designers do you absolutely adore and cannot live without? I love Duran Jones's because I love the way she creates the palettes for each piece. Um, and I love Lindy Stitches. Now I've discovered Lindy Stitches. Um, and I've discovered Carolyn Manning and spent a lot of time looking at her website thinking, I could do so many of these. They're really nice. Question 26. How many hours a week do you devote to stitching? Um, well, we've been on lockdown, so that's a little bit different because like all that commuting time to work and stuff, I've been able to do quite a lot of stitching then. I'd say on a good day, 2 to 3 hours a day. I mean, I don't really. I've got uni work to do as well, and I do a lot of reading too. So I do have to try and split my time. But that's occasionally I'll have a day where I just focus on the craft. But I've not done that for a few days. Oh, I might have a craft day this week. There we go. Question 27. Okay, this is long. You are on a desert island and resources are scarce. There are 4 options available to you: chocolate, coffee, Mr. Darcy, as played by Colin Firth, of course, or stitching. You can only pick 2. Go. It's got to be chocolate and stitching, to be fair. I mean, I've got no interest in Mr. Darcy. And coffee's alright, but no. Chocolate and cross stitch, why not, eh? And question 28. Does your significant other really know how much you spend on your craft? Pretty much, yeah. I mean, he's an artist as well, so we both spend quite a bit on what we enjoy, and we're happy with that. We've got no ties. We've spent quite a bit on travel as well, but obviously that's not happening this year, which is why I am spending probably a little bit more than what I usually would do on cross stitch and craft stuff. But yeah, it's fine. I spend, but I don't spend loads. I'll probably cut back in a few months, I'm sure. But yeah, there we go. So, um, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you very much for watching. My plans for this next week coming will be to finish the boobies probably tonight, the beach dance probably tonight or tomorrow morning. Um, Finish my sal for the Wuthering Heights because we're going to have a little book chat and a meeting about it at the end of the week, hopefully. Um, get the caravan back out. That's had a bit of a break this week, and stitch on that. Stitch a bit of drive through, and then hopefully a couple of new starts by the end of the week, including the Mirabilia. I'd love to get started on that, and yeah, that's it. I've got essays to write this week. Got some reading to do, but hopefully, apart from that, if it's a nice day, we'll go out. Um, if you can see out my window now, it is just pretty grey and grim, and that's why it's quite dark in this room as well, unfortunately. But yeah, apart from that, I hope you're all doing really well. I had a really nice evening with the Mirabilia Stitches on their Zoom last night. Really good fun. It's nice to have somebody to chat to while you're stitching as well. Um, so that was really lovely. So a big shout out to those people if they watch this video. And apart from that, have a really, really lovely week. Have a great time stitching. Enjoy whatever you do. I hope the sun shines where you are. And I shall see you same time next week. Have a lovely week.